It. All right, so welcome everyone to this, whether you're live on here or you're watching this as a replay to our SNL training or Sunday night legacy training. And today we're going to be talking about building structure and profitability in your LifeWave business. We're really here talking about the structure of getting your business to a point that it starts generating the right amount of income, the right amount of income for you to be able to sustain itself in terms of product use. When your products are now being paid for by your business, it means that your business has reached its break-even point. That's really the important part. Then the second important part is your company paying, or your business paying for its own products and spitting out additional income for you on a regular basis. Now, for most businesses, you really have to enroll, you know, uh, dozens and dozens of people for that. Um, and there's a structure. The structure is really around the manager position that so it's not something that I've discovered this, it's there. I want you guys to be friends with a website, but I'll talk about this website now. But I was just wanted to make sure that I contextualize what we have in what we're talking about building structure and profitability. Here's the important first step, which is always towards the end of our presentation. The first one is really the entrance to this business is that core pack. Now, a lot of people get started with the starter in South Africa because we are giving allowance for that, which is purchasing the one patch and then eventually upgrading. I don't have a problem with that. For Sitha and myself, we got started on the core. Now, it meant that we were able to lessen that time gap between starting the core, getting to that 300 lifetime PV, which puts us eligible for manager. So all we needed to then do is to enroll 4 more people on core, which we did, and we got into manager. Core is important in two ways: getting started in core or upgrading to core. Our aim, as I've done so in red there, is that we need to move from starter, which is the single pack, to core within 30 days, whether we're enrolling someone or ourselves. And the reason for that is that when there's product in your business, there's product for you to use, there's product for you to sample out, there's product for you to sell. Remember, this all really operates around product being used. It's about product use. That's what network marketing essentially is. It's about volume, and that volume is generated by product being used. So I really wanted to talk about the unlocking of the compensation plan. We just all really need to realize that we need to be at a core pack, whether we upgrade to that within 30 days of getting started in the business or getting used to people getting started in the core pack. I wanted to talk about something here, which is then to say, get familiar with the This Is It team. This Is It team has all those tabs there at the bottom, that home, onboarding, go manager, 10-step system, the Zooms, the compensation plan, the training, the YouTube. Um, Over the next 6 to 8 weeks, we're really going to be taking topics from the This Is It website because we were really as a legacy project, we operate within a system. That system is the This Is It system. And anything we talk about is not a reinvention. It's just us reiterating what is said in the This Is It system. So unlocking the comp plan, remember that. The second step that we want to get to is unlocking the weekly binary. Now, what does that mean? It means one core on the left, one core on the right. The second you have one core person on the left and one core person on the right, you have now unlocked the binary. It now means that as long as there continues to be volume, right? As long as there continues to be volume on both your left and your right team, and that volume continues to grow, whether it's you personally enrolling or or other people, or other people or other people enrolling others and your team. This is a scenario that I did here. Imagine the blue people, two on the left and two on the right, were your own personal sponsors. With this scenario, you are now a manager. It means you've earned $35 for that one person, 35 for that person, 35 for that person, 35 for that person as product introduction bonuses. Above and beyond that, because this leg that has two people has generated 360 volume, right? And on this side, you've generated, say, a minimum of 694 volume. At the end of the week, you now cycle out. Each cycle is 360 volume. I think, yeah, 330 volume rather on the left and 660 volume on the right, whether that is left or right, but that basically is the understanding of the binary. Now, we will have the benefit of talking about this. Yeah, it's 3:30. Thanks, Ethan. We will have the benefit of talking about this in subsequent ones, but it's important to realize that once you unlock the binary, you are now halfway in being a manager. And once you either are binary qualified or a manager, you now have the potential of earning the cycles. And those cycles as a manager, you are able to get up to 30 cycles as a manager. So 50 times 30 is $1,500. It's not when you hit manager do you get $1,500. It's you can make up to that in the binary as long as there's volume and growth that is happening in your business. Okay. Now, here's the important thing. To be binary qualified, you always, within every 30 days, need to at least be active with 55 personal volume. Now, each sleeve is 77 personal volume in points. Personal volume is, let's just say the word points. Each sleeve that you purchase is 77 volume. So if you're on a two sleeve auto ship, which is something I'm going to be talking about here, when you're on a two-sleeve auto ship, that's 154 volume that you have. And as long as you are active, you have the potential and the ability to earn every time you cycle out $50 per cycle. Every time you enroll someone on core or above, you earn the product information bonus. This slide, if you want to take a picture or a screenshot or whatever, is really the foundation. All of us, if we understood the power of the binary and the power of hitting manager as the basis of our business and simply duplicated that, and I'm going to show you over 30 days, over 60 days, over 3 months, over 6 months, what happens when you duplicate this simple system. So always think in your mind that your core leadership group to get started in this business is you and 4 other partners who are like-minded. And from that, you get the power of duplication. With that structure alone, we'll be able to build massive, massive businesses with LifeWave. Now, let's look at it this way. There is a thing called the 2020 plan. The 2020 plan really talks about enrolling 20 people on the left and 20 people on the right. Not all at once, but that should be your plan and your goal. The reason for that is that it's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. Not everyone necessarily wants to rise to the top of the compensation plan. Some people want to make 5,000 a month, 10,000 a month. My recommendation to them is that they'll simply go manager and then build out from there. One person on the left, another person on the right. A second person on the left, a second person on the right, and they will hit the role of manager. As long as that keeps active and there's auto ships, so orders every 30 days that come in and there's volume, you will continue to earn in the binary, the cycles that are there, and there is permanence and a predictability in your business. I've called that step one. I've said the 2020 plan, which is a this is it plan, is building for permanence. Okay. Now, let's continue and say in 90 days, move from just having enrolled 4 people, 2 on the left to 2 on the right, to 5 on the left and 5 on the right. What do I mean by that? Every month, if you're enrolling 2 to 3 people per month for 3 months in a row, you will have 10 personals. You will have 10 personals that way because you're just doing the consistency of inviting people onto the calls, right? You're sifting through the curious of between the curious and the interested. A majority may say no, but some will get started. And at a reasonable enrollment of about 3 people per month for 3 months in a row, you'll have 10 people, five on the left, five on the right. And at that stage, your business is probably going to start duplicating where you'll not only be a manager, but you'll produce 1 or 2 managers, which will mean you're a director. I'm not really talking about ranks in this training. I'm really focusing on what you can personally do to make sure that you're building for permanence. Now, step three, 20 personals. Now spread that over 4 months. Spread that over 4 months. The same ratio that you now have 20 personals, 10 on the left, 10 on the right. Your duplication is really starting to happen at this stage. And within 6 months, you would have reached that 2020 plan on just a super part-time enrolling three or so people per month, 3 to 4 people per month consistently over that entire period, and you'll have reached the 2020 plan. Now, I want us to lock that in there and play a little bit of scenarios. Those that have calculators nearby, they can do this. Autoship or a subscription means automatically, let's say you get started on the 1st of January 2025. On the 1st of February, the company just says, think of it as keeping the lights on. Every month, your business has expenses. Now, traditional businesses' expense is the lights on, the rates, the employees that they have. In LifeWave, the company says, we know you have the intention of being in this business because every 30 days, there is at least a purchase of products, which means you are using the products that you're promoting or you are buying them for resale. Now, the auto ship is either 1 pack or 2 packs. If you're not a manager, if you're a binary active as a business partner, you can get away with a single pack because you're 77 volume. You're buying one sleeve every single month, and you continue to earn in the binary. You're active every time you enroll someone. But remember, your binary is limited to $100 only. You can only qualify for 2 cycles. Now, the second Sikhle and myself hit manager, we switched to a 2 pack auto ship. Because here's what we mean. By manager, we're giving our intention that a 2 pack auto ship means every single, from manager to SPD, we will never not be active for it. And what it simply means is that we have 1 pack that we use for ourselves and the potential of another pack that we on-sell, either to 1 or 2 or 3 customers per month. Now, once we simply break that up into that, we will understand the power of this business. I want to show you now the numbers or the mathematics of the potential of this business before I go into specifically what we need to focus on in the next 90 days. Let me just do a pulse check for the people that are on. If we're still following each other, let me get the number 1 in the chat, because now we're going to talk about numbers. Let me get the number 1 in the chat. Okay, cool. Everyone is still following. Now, I put this on the group. Imagine a time, and I want us to imagine a time 3 months, 6 months, 12 months from now. Let's say 12 months from now, maximum. This, I don't think anyone who is already in the business now will have to wait for longer than 12 months for this to happen. Imagine a scenario where you started building the business over this plan that I told you about here. This plan that I told you about, right? We're talking about the 2020 plan over a 6 month goal. Your contribution to that over 6 months is 40 personals. Now imagine your left team is the team where you get spillover. Spillover being someone above you is building as well, and because we only have two teams, you're placing that person on there. This scenario assumes a 100% rate. You now have 84 people on your left, not your own personals, your entire team. 84 people on your left, 42 people on the right. The company only pays you on what you have on your weaker leg of business. Now, the 42 people are all on two sleeve auto ships. Here's how I know that you're making $1,000 or 17,000 rands because they have done an average of 16 rand 99 per $1 as a conversion for paying us. How I know that you'll make $1,000 consistently every month is that if you have 42 people and all 42 of those people happen to be on a two-pack auto ship, it'll be 42 people times 154, which will give you 6,468. You divide that by 330 to give you your cycles. That's 19 cycles per month that you have times 50, that's $980. So with a business of 82 plus 42 people or 120 plus people, now remember this 128 people, half or even more than half. I'll challenge everyone that's on here. When you go into your back office, you already see 5, 6, 7, 8 people that are in your business that you're not responsible for. All of those people make orders and they're on auto ships. All of that volume, you are able to benefit from it. Now, let's fast forward to a scenario where you have 254 people on your strong leg, which is adding more, and 126 people on your weak leg. We're now talking about 6 months from now, 7 months from now. That 126 people all being on auto ship means that collectively on your pay leg alone, there's 19,000 volume that's generated from that. Now, remember, we always look at how many times 330 is divisible by that number, and you have 58 cycles, which means just at that level, $2,940 or $3,000, that's a 50,000 rands business. This is really where the strength of this business is that I have not seen a compensation plan. By the way, I haven't even talked about this layer. That business that I'm telling you there, that is a 254 plus 126 business. That business is 380 people. That excludes all the check match bonuses. On the check match bonuses alone, you're probably on all three levels there. That's a 50,000 rands a month business on the binary alone, excluding the check matches. Potentially, that's probably, I've done the calculation of this, that's probably 100 to 120,000 rand business per month. That's really the power of building the structure in four. Being obsessed with building managers is what comes from this. I won't talk about in the bottom. This is really just to illustrate when you're rewatching this, I want you to pause this and have this as numbers that you see consistently. Now, let me paint what we call a realistic scenario. Let's think about our next 90 days. This is you in the next 30 days. Ne? Scenario on the left. Next 30 days, you enroll 4 to 5 personals. You're now a manager, right? On call. You identify 1 or 2 people to do the same, 1 or 2 people to go manage as well. So those 1 or 2 people will enroll 4 or 5 people each, or 10 in total. The spillover of the person like myself and Sitle who are building, like the Matsipas who are building, and the spillover that's generating there. In about 30 days, because of the growth that's taking place and the duplication, you now have a total team of 45 people. The split is a little bit different because the spillover leg is always going to be stronger. But for argument's sake, you now have 15 people on your pay leg. Let's imagine that those 15 people are not all on Autoship. Only 30% of them are on Autoship, on two-sleeve Autoships, right? So the 30% of 15 people is about 4.5 people, or let's call it 5 people. 5 people are on an auto ship. So 5 times 154, your business is generating 770 volume on its weaker leg, or two cycles per month. That's $100. Now let's assume there's at least 2 people. Those 2 people that you have, they're earning also $100 a month. Now, what we're kicking in, that $50 that you see there, is your first level check match at 25%. You now have a business with just these numbers after 30 days that is giving you your business back 2,550. At this level, your patches are generally paid for by the business. Let's fast forward to 90 days now with the same scenario. You're enrolling 4 to 5 people per month. You add 2 more months because you've done it in the first 30 days. You do it in the next 60 days. You now identify 3 to 5 people to do the same. That's another 24 people. There's more spillover. In just a 90 days or in just a 90 to 100 days, your business can grow from where it is, which is your 4 or 5 that you personally enrolled and the spillovers and that and the 45 that we had, to over 110 people. This is where the business really kicks into action now. And this is where a lot of people that we've spoken to start seeing the business, is that you're always in network marketing 90 days or 180 days away from where you want to be. Because at this level now, let's imagine that you're in the entire organization. Remember, it's the entire legacy team that you're part of. Part of that spillover accrues to you in your strong leg. The other one you're building out because you are building a business. You have 70 on your strong leg that has a spillover. You have 40 on your pay leg. Now, here is the scenario. Those 40 people, let's assume only 30% of them are active, right? 30% of them is just 12 people. 12 people on a 2-sleeve auto ship, right, is 1,800 volume divided by this. You have five cycles that you have. Your business alone in that is generating $280, right? $280 or 4,700 rands. The $250 and the $200 means, because your team has structure, you have a first level of your personals who are also earning a binary between $100 to $200. If there's 5 of those people that are there, because remember, you have about 3 to 5 or even 15 active personals in your business, that's another $250. So your binary is $200. Your first level check match is $250. Your second level, because there's more people there, is another $200. You potentially have a conservative business of $700+ per month, 90 days out from duplication. You now have a 12,000 Rand a month business with the structure of 4, going manager, continuing down that path and identifying a few people. I work around 20 to 30% of people duplicating or doing exactly what I am doing. You now have a 12,000 plus business. Let's fast forward that 6 months into the future now, partners, and then I'm going to hand it over for conversation and stop the recording. Same scenario, and you have 110 people after 3 months. You're going to continue to do the same thing. You continue to enroll people, 4 to 5 per month, personals, 12 more. You identify 1 or 2 people per month to go just manager, for them to do their 4 or their 5s. The spillover is growing because the team is getting duplication. Let's conservatively say the entire legacy project in 6 months has failed so badly that we have 250 odd people only, and only 30% of those people are on Autoship. Now, 30% of people that are on Autoship are the 88 people on your pay leg of business, means you only have 26 people that you can rely on consistently. No more growth. The business is locked. Consistently every month, it's only going to be people that are on Autoship. You have 26 people on a 2-sleeve Autoship. You now have a monthly binary of 4,000 points. Divide that by 330. You have 12 cycles that you can rely on. Those 12 cycles give you $600 consistently every month. But remember, because we've talked about structure, your first level check matches will probably give you $500. Your second level check matches will give you another $600. Your third level check matches will give you another $600. Remember this, you unlock all three levels of check match. The second you get to 10 cycles, your third level unlocks. Your second level unlocks in your second cycle. I mean, once you get to 6 cycles. 6 binary cycles means you now have unlocked your second level. With this scenario that we have over here, over a 6-month period, even the slowest of builders in our team has the potential of a total business of between 30 and 40, maybe 50,000, because to account for the conservative nature that I have put in this business. It is in the building blocks. I want to go back a little bit here. It's in the building blocks of unlocking the compensation plan with the core, regular product use ourselves, the testimonies that we're getting people onto our Zooms, being systematic about what we do. It's about knowing the power of knowing the power of hitting the binary, going manager, and being obsessed with producing 1 or 2 managers. Once we get the sheer momentum of our business carries us to what we have been talking about here, because the numbers will keep growing outside of you. The numbers are first linear, and then the numbers become exponential. And that's the power of having active Autoships. Now, how to set up Autoships if you don't have them? I know there's a couple of people on here that have set up Autoships. If you have not set Autoships when you were signing up, you can still go back and do it and set it in a date that you're comfortable for the Autoships to activate on. But there's power in duplicating the Autoships the same way there's power in duplicating the builds as well. So I want to end there for now and give about 5 minutes of Q&A. But we're going to stop the recording. But yeah, on activating your Autoship, you can go on to thisisit.com. You can go on to your sponsor, your business partner, for them to show you how to do that. Also on how to upgrade to a core.